Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited. It's the 1010 portal and it's 1010 right now. I hit record. I've been sitting here waiting like a really cool person. I've been sitting here waiting for 1010 so that we could have the maximum amount of energy for this reading. I'm not going to lie. I am feeling like a lot of it's going to be love related and possibly spiritual path related. The 1010 portal is about what we need to release, and it's also about new beginnings because it's happening in the moon of Libra or something, or in Libra season. Anyway, it is about balance, and I watched a video last night, especially about how it has a lot to do with the balance of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes throughout this, or because of this 1010 portal. And it's really important to learn how to work with the energies of these portals because it's very powerful energy. And I often work with portal energy and do like manifestations and whatever. Anyway, so I was super excited to do this. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but we're gonna see. So yeah, thank you for being here. For pile one, we have the Unfolding Path Tarot and this piece of clear quartz. Wow. For pile number two, we have the Magic Crystal Tarot and we have this piece of obsidian. Yeah, I'm having issues apparently. And for pile number three, we have the Light Seers Tarot and this piece of fluorite. So if you need a minute to sit with the energy, please feel free to do so, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile one, and welcome to your reading. This reading is going to be about the 1010 portal and how you can work with, if you chose the Unfolding Path, and the clear quartz tower, this is going to be a reading about the 1010 portal and how you can work with the energies that, it's interesting. The 1010 portal is about, balance and about endings and new beginnings. And we do have the Two of Pentacles here. And the Two of Pentacles can be about making a decision in work. It can be about making a decision in love. It can be about finding balance between work and love. So anyway, we'll see what happens here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what do you need to release during this 1010 portal. What do you need to release? All right, so what do you need to release? We'll have a look here. Not just what you need to release, but a bunch of stuff. The first question is, what do you need to release? So let's have a look. What is it that pile one needs to release in this 1010 portal energy? What does pile one need to release during this? All right, this is interesting. So for some of you, I'm hearing, if you're spying on someone online, to not do that. Not that it's not that I'm saying don't do it. You can do whatever you want. You have free will. And, I'm guilty of creeping. Is that the right term? I don't know. But if I just heard right away for the first thing about this card right away is if you're feeling the need to watch someone online or keep tabs on someone online, I will say that causes you to keep an energetic, it's like you're pulling on them energetically, and that can affect your energy. So there is, right away I was hearing that. I'm not sure if that relates to you. You could be dealing with a counterpart with the Strength card and that infinity symbol. And, you know, it's okay if you're weak and you need to check up on them. That's fine. Nobody's going to judge you, but it is better energetically for you not to do that, in my opinion. Now, I want to look this up for you. The Page of Swords. So we have air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is very odd energy for what you need to release, because it's possible that you have a nervous energy. This does talk about a nervous energy. It's also, this is also an energy of needing to debate and needing to have the last word and prove your point. This card is about, you know, swift communication. So for some of you, I'm hearing that it's about how you react to things. And I need to listen to this advice because I resonate with this advice. It's about taking a step back before you react, taking a step back before you communicate, especially if it is with a counterpart. But even anyone, especially if they're saying something to you that triggers you, Spirit's saying, you know, you're a strong person, you've learned a lot, and to listen to that inner strength and to take a moment before you communicate here. Very interesting, this Page of Swords energy. For a lot of you, I am hearing, though, that it's possibly keeping tabs on someone. Spirit saying, you know, to release that. Even if it's someone not love related, even if you are, you know, looking at other people online and comparing yourself to others online, I feel like you need to release that. When I'm still a photographer, but I would spend a lot of time looking online and comparing myself to others and comparing my work to others. And the only work, the only growth that you should be comparing yourself to is your own. That's the only comparison that matters, is what I'm hearing. Anyway, take it as it resonates. Interesting. There is this energy of releasing something that's hurt you here in the past. Some kind of heartbreak here, something that tested your strength. Spirit's saying it's okay to let go. Ooh, okay. I feel like if there was a past hurt here if you resonate with twin flames, there's this past hurt that Spirit's saying you have to release with this person. And Lover's energy, that doesn't mean you have to release them. It means you have to release how it affected you. You have to release how it's hurt you, especially if you want to move forward with this person. I knew this reading was going to be all over the place. Let's see what energy is holding you back from this new beginning. Because like I said, this 1010 portal is about releasing, but it's also about a new beginning. It's about taking steps towards being our higher self. So what is holding you back? So we do have a blockage here with healing childhood wounds, or perhaps holding on to someone from your past. I'm not sure what, because this isn't a love reading technically, so we're not getting into the energy of, you know, you and your person, but we see that we do have a blockage here. There's conflict. For some of you with this Page of Swords, I was talking about maybe you like to debate, maybe you like to have the last word. And I feel like Spirit's saying, you know, 5 is about conflict. It's about arguing. So perhaps, you know, perhaps you argue with people, or perhaps, you know, you really want to defend your point, and perhaps you don't mean to, but you come across as you're arguing. It could also be, I'm hearing holding on to a grudge. I know I offended some people when I was talking about holding on to grudges the other day. And I hold on to grudges too. I'm not above anyone, and I'm not here to defend abusive people. Anyway, I'm going to focus on this reading. But what I'm hearing is that, you know, we saw that 3 of Swords. We saw the Lovers. So I feel like perhaps, you know, it's, you guys could be arguing, and that could be what's holding, you know, energetically you back from moving forward. There could be a lot of arguing. Seven of Wands talks about defensiveness. So you could be a very defensive person. Again, I'm not here to judge you. I am defensive like everybody else. Everybody has these energies within them. But yeah, this does talk about being defensive. Perhaps, you know, again, there's something about holding a grudge here. And about there being a blockage in your energy here. We have 6 of Cups on the bottom. So I'm hearing that it could be, you know, that somebody hurt you in the past and that you're holding on to that pain. And if you're holding on to that pain, I have problems communicating. I am autistic, and I tried to explain it the other day, and I offended some people. But what I was trying to say, you don't have to forgive anyone you don't want to, but that does, when you don't forgive someone, and when I say forgive, I don't mean let them back into your life and let them walk all over you. But if you're holding on to the past, if you're holding on to a breakup, if you're holding on to past conflicts, if you're holding on to that anger, it can block a new person from coming in, because you will risk having those wounds affect your future connection. And I wish I could explain it more articulately. You know, I go downstairs and I talk to my partner about it, and I feel like I can talk quite clearly, but when I try and explain it here, I'm too worried that I'm going to offend people. Anyway, there is, you know, healing or lack of healing that's holding you back here. Something that happened in your past, something that you're holding on to, perhaps with a counterpart. As I say that, we have 6-9. What energy can you utilize during this 10-10? Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is saying forward movement. And this is what this portal is all about. It's about taking steps in the right direction. I was reading a thing before I came here. It's about taking the steps towards your higher self. It's about looking at, it's not there anymore, but you know how we had the 6 of Cups? It's about looking at patterns in your past, in your childhood or with past relationships, and looking at those and seeing how you can change your part in them to move forward. Spirit is saying, you know, for a lot of you, communication is big here. Communication with the Page of Swords, and now we have the 8 of Wands. And forward movement is huge here. I'm going to read you what these cards mean in career as well, because Spirit's saying, you know, you've got the 2 fastest moving cards in the deck. So Spirit's saying, if you utilize this energy and you get out of the past, you're going to have quick forward movement, like quick forward movement. Very beautiful energy. I can't believe you got the two fastest cards in the deck. Taking action on love, taking control of love life, strong ambitions, motivation and control at work, determination. Look, determination to reach financial goals. The Chariot is all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining control of your surroundings. This perfect control and confidence allows victory in any situation. The Chariot shows that you should pursue a plan with a structured and ordered approach. So take that as it resonates. It does say taking action on love, taking control of love life, and going after your career ambitions. So maybe you have, with that page of Swords card, I'm hearing that maybe you don't have an education, because the Page of Swords can talk about a student, and maybe you need to leave that expectation of yourself behind. Like, stop telling yourself, well, I would do that, but I don't have the schooling for it, or I don't have the paperwork for it, or I'm not established enough for it. Just jump in. Just get those feet wet. Jump. I'm hearing jump. We have 8 of Wands now that I'm going to look up for you. I just don't want to make it all about love, so that's why I'm referring to my book. 8 of Wands is about momentum, rapid movement, strong movement of energy, such as sudden good news, immediate growth, or communications. Something is trailblazing. Romantic life picking up pace, excitement, surprises in love, quick progress at work, traveling for work, motivation, impact, quick movement of money, cash coming in and out. Very interesting. So I feel like Spirit's saying, whatever you put your energy towards right now, with this energy, like right now, today, start planting seeds. If, it's towards your counterpart, put that energy in, and whatever you're putting energy into, you're going to see abundance. You're going to see results. Again, don't let your past hold you back here. Don't let your fear hold you back. And yeah, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like Spirit's saying, if you want to take action towards a new career, now is the time to do it. If you want to take action towards a new beginning in love, now is the time to do it. Look, success, recognition, public recognition, triumph. You have a lot of beautiful energy that spirits or the universe is saying that you can take advantage of. Like, get out of this blockage, get out of that energy and move forward, I'm hearing. Anyway, how can you create balance in your life? Because this is about balance, this portal. How can you create balance in your life? Ooh, this is important. So we do have the 3 of Swords on the bottom again. So there is this feeling of something in the past is weighing you down. There's something that you need to heal. Here it is. A past hurt with this person or with someone that's affecting, your love life from moving forward. Like I said, it could be that you're still heartbroken about someone in your past. We did see the 6 of Cups. And that until you heal that, and I'm not saying you have to talk to them if you don't want to or forgive them. Well, no, forgiveness is important because when we're unwilling to forgive, it blocks our energy. It doesn't block their energy. They can move on and be just fine. I know it sounds cliche, but by not forgiving them, we're only hurting ourselves. And I do feel like Spirit's saying, if you want to create balance in your life, if you want someone new to come in, if you want universe to, make your paths align with someone new, you do need to heal that wound. And it starts with loving yourself. For those of you who don't resonate with that, who are possibly looking at a new beginning with your counterpart, this is about loving yourself first. It's about putting yourself first. Embody that Queen of Cups. Be good to yourself. Be patient with yourself. This is about self-love. And I'm hearing don't overgive to others. Perhaps you're the type of person that always gives your time and love to other people. And perhaps that's creating an imbalance in your life because you're not keeping enough energy for yourself, and you deserve that energy. You do. You're beautiful and you deserve that energy. I don't care what gender you are or what you identify as or who you love. You are a beautiful person, and your cup deserves to be filled first, and you deserve to not overextend yourself to others just because you're a good person, okay? That's only going to hurt you in the end. Lots of lessons or lots of opinions from Spirit for you today. How can you create balance in love? How can you create balance in love? We have the Seven of Pentacles. We also have the Ten of Wands on the bottom, which is about sharing your burdens. Let me look up the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. This does talk about putting in time and effort. In the reverse, it's saying that possibly you've put in the time and effort and you haven't seen the results. So I need to get another card for you because this is telling me that I need another card. For those of you who want someone new to come into your life, there is a message here of Spirit saying that if you don't see results from someone, if you don't see growth, then, you know, you probably won't. I will say that is symbolic of twin flames. You know, I've heard that when it's a karmic, whenever they come back, they're just, they never change. You don't see any growth. But with a counterpart, which Seven of Pentacles reminds me of the time where you guys, you know, you have to trust in it because you can't see that it's growing. You just have to trust that people are doing the work and that you'll come back together. You know, I feel like there's some advice here that if you're dealing with someone who, when they come back, every time they come back, there's no change, then that, you know, especially if it's like months in between, if you don't see any progression, then you're not going to see progression. With twin flames, you do see, perhaps they're tiny little differences, but you do see change each time there's a separation and you come back in. You can see that there's been lessons learned, even if they're small little steps. I do feel like Spirit's saying, you know, if you have a connection that's draining you and this person isn't changing, you won't be able to balance that energy if it is a karmic. Very interesting. I actually want to get another one for this because to me, this is a message for those of you who may be dealing with karmics or someone new and not necessarily, you know, there is a lot about a lover's connection in this reading. The Lover's card keeps coming out. So I want to explore balance and love for counterparts, actually. How can, in your counterpart connection, what energy can you utilize to balance love in your counterpart connection? Interesting. Oh, I mean, I can't make that up. That's very interesting. So for those of you who want to know about a counterpart connection, this does talk about a cycle that you need to change. There is something that you need to change here. You either have to, I'm not sure if you have to choose this connection. I do feel like for a lot of you, there is something in your past or a pattern that you're repeating, a cycle that you're repeating that is preventing forward movement. And Spirit's saying to look at your cycles here. Look at your, we have the world and the world. Look at your cycles. Look at your patterns. Look at, you know, possibly how you react, possibly if you're defensive. What are you doing that's blocking this? Because I've talked about it before. I was in denial for a long time that I was causing any blockages. I was just like, it's all their fault. It's not mine. And I was actually creating a lot of blockages. I still do. And I still have those moments where it was like, where I have a moment where I realize, oh, this happened because of me and my past wounds. Whoops. And then I have to admit it. And then I grow. Anyway, we do have, you know, you looking at your patterns. Even if this is new love, this is about looking at what patterns you're bringing into other connections. What can you release? I'm not going to take all these cards. I'm going to take these two. But look, we do have the Moon, Judgment, and Ace of Cups. So I do feel like Spirit's saying, for a lot of you, you know, there's still some awakening to do on your part. There's still some looking within. There's still shadow work here to create balance, especially if it's a returning person. Again, shadow work, shadow work. I think it's beautiful that we had that on the bottom when I was asking about it. Guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. Guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. Ooh, we have the Page of Cups. I feel like I need another one. Guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. Guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. We have the Hermit. Okay. Oh my gosh. So there is a lot. This is confirming, you guys, that you still have reflecting to do. You still have to go within and look at shadows and look at, you know, perhaps you have addictions to things. Perhaps you, that doesn't have to be substances. That can be food. It can be TV. It can be thought patterns. It can be, you know, our shadows here. There is a lot about looking inward. The Hermit is all about self-reflection, going inward and looking at your shadows. Look at how possibly the grudges you're holding are preventing you from moving forward, is what I'm hearing. This Page of Cups, I'm going to look up this Page of Cups for us. Page of Cups. So this is guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. This talks about being open to new ideas, especially ones that stem from intuitive inspiration. So if you have like intuitive hits about what you should be doing with your life, it's time to listen to those. This is talking about new. It's talking about starting something new. This talks about finding a creative outlet, daydreams about career paths. So what is it that you dream of doing? It's interesting. I started your reading. Now I got to talk about it. I started your reading and I was having a really hard time reading the energy and I had to restart it. And one of the things that came through really strongly, it was about someone who wanted to be a light worker, who was doubting their ability, who was basically gaslighting themselves about what they actually wanted to be doing with their life. And the reading talked about letting go of you know, the opinion of others, letting go of comparing yourself to others. So for some of you, I feel like perhaps you are in a career that, you know, exhausts you or doesn't bring you happiness. We actually had an example in that reading before I stopped because I got overwhelmed. It was choosing between a career that makes you feel weighed down, makes you feel tired, like you're working to survive, and starting a new path towards a career in spirituality that would fill all your cups. It was 9 of Cups versus 9 of Wands. Very interesting energy. Anyway, I got to a point where I had like this blockage and I had to stop it. But now I feel called to tell you about it because this Page of Cups is coming out, and it does talk about daydreaming about your career paths. So what do you dream of doing? Like, I'm serious. We had the 6 of Cups come out. So think about little you. Think about your inner child. What did your inner child want to be? What did your inner child believe in? My inner child believed in magic. When I was young, I believed in magic. I believed if I wished for something hard enough, it would happen. I believed when my animals were sick, I could hope and hope and hope and hope and hope, and they would be okay. And most of the time it worked when I was little. And then my parents would tell me, no, that wasn't you. You're just crazy. And that dream was squashed deep down inside of me. Anyway, my point is, this is saying, find your creative outlet, find what makes your soul happy, and it will push you towards your higher self. For example, like when I found tarot, it just made my soul so happy. And ever since, I've just been on this forward path of growth and healing and crazy things happening to me. Anyway, I believe in you. I believe in you. This represents the unexpected inspiration that comes to us and the willingness to explore them. It symbolizes persistence, as this is the only way that you can make your dreams come true. Persistence. Go after it. Drink that cup. If, you know, you're resonating with love, this message is about having a fresh perspective on relationships, having a fresh perspective on your current relationship. So there is a lot about going within to change your perspective. Like I said, you know how I was talking about my parents telling me that I wasn't powerful or magical? It's about going in and fighting those thoughts that tell you that, no, you couldn't do that. No, you're not good enough. Anyway, shadow work. Shadow work is needed here, is what I'm hearing. Let's look up this Hermit too. Part of the reason that I look up different meanings on camera is also, you know, so that we get all the meanings of the card and we learn together. Because as a light worker, I believe the more people learn this and can help work with the energy, even if it's just getting a deck of cards themselves, the world's going to be a better place. So I sound like an after school special. The Hermit, so remember, this is guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. The Hermit is a seeker for the knowledge that comes from within. He is on an inward spiritual journey, seeking truth and understanding. He walks through the dark night of his unconscious, guided by only the low light of the northern star, with his destination being his home, his self. So this talks about pausing in your love life to introspect and understanding yourself and how you love and what your love languages are and how, you know, you communicate in love connections. How do your shadows affect your connections? How does your past affect your connections? This is also contemplating next steps in career, searching for purpose. So what is your soul purpose? Because that is once you find out what your soul purpose is, you are on the path to your higher self. Anyway, It also says less focus on material things. So if you're a materialistic person, it's saying to focus less on materialistic things. And, you know, perhaps financially, Spirit's also saying to, if you want to change careers, maybe start saving now so that when you transfer careers, it's not such a huge blow to your financial status, I'm hearing. Anyway, what an interesting reading. I hope it made sense to somebody. Let's see what advice your higher self has for you about what you're possibly... Hang on. Barking dogs. I had to stop it. So let's see what advice your higher self has for you, and if we can get any more information on what energy, you know, or what's ending, what's coming for you. I do see this is a pinnacle moment for you to go within and look at your own shadows and what's stopping you from moving forward, and then taking the steps to move forward. Spirit's saying whatever steps you take now, forward movement, it's going to be fast progression there. So what does your higher self want you to know? It's time for a change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. This is saying, you know, something has to change here, whether it's the way you're blocking a connection out or a new one from coming in. For some of you, it's a change of career. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. This is so symbolic of this energy. Spirit's saying jump on now, take action. If it's towards love, take action. If it's towards your dreams, take action. Let's get one more. What does your higher self want to say? Lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. This is it's said that you were living in your past and that's what's holding you back. Fears about the past, fears about how you were hurt in the past. That's amazing to me that these two cards came out. All right, I want to see... My dogs are barking because one of them's going to get groomed, and, you know, my dogs are crazy. I just opened right up. So guys, this is amazing. I know I'm rambling a lot, but in the past few days, I've been like following the signs of the universe, and it's been guiding me to like random movies, okay? Like random movies with hidden meanings in them and weird signs. And what's funny, I just opened right up to this page and it says Power Animal Phoenix. And the movie that I opened up last night, I've never seen it. It's some movie from the 90s. Phoenix Studios. I mean, come on. Phoenix Studios, come on. Healing Crystal Amethyst number 5. Everything within you is calling out for change, as is your soul. New momentum is in the air. I'm telling you. New momentum is in the air and a new path awaits. Change occurs through change. Break down any rigid structures that can resist you and hold you back. Begin with changes that are easy for you, such as cleaning the house or throwing out old things that you no longer need. Ask the hairdresser for a different haircut or buy yourself something new to wear. Do something daring, something crazy. Something that you have always wanted to do. Then find some like-minded people to share it. Change is more fun if you enjoy it with others who also want to alter something in their lives. Talking about it will give you further, I don't know what that word is, further impetus, I don't know, and strength. Now is the time, wait no longer. This life is too beautiful to be wasted with avoidance tactics and putting things off. Otherwise, it could pass you by unlived. Begin with simple things, and the bigger issues will change by themselves. The key is to not give up. Change something every day, and you will see how wonderful things can happen. If you were standing on the threshold of a gate of light, No, sorry, you are standing on the threshold of a gate of light. The 1010 portal. Oh my gosh. If by embracing change you manage to pass through this gate, it will herald the start of a whole new understanding of yourself. Be ready to face everything you find difficult to change. All the dark habits that are like pitfalls, ready to trip you up in your soul path. Oh my gosh. All the devil moments that are ready to cause towers. Oh my gosh, this is amazing energy. I love when things are synchronistic like this. You hold in your hand a great opportunity with this card. Free yourself from self-imposed constraints, and you will realize that many things are not what they seem. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. All right, your helpers for the next 21 days. A mouse. So a mouse or a phoenix could be significant signs. And the number 9, very important. Black opal. You are a traveler on the path of your soul. You will need all of your courage as you are following the light of your heart into an uncertain future. However, you have drawn this card, and it is a very important sign. You have become lost in the ruins of the past, in ruins that are the remnants of unpleasant or difficult times. You have looked back too often instead of looking forward, at times trapped in places in the past that should have long since ceased to exert power over your life. Even if you could go back, you would find yourself alone and deserted. You would not meet anyone there. So what is it that you seek in these silent ruins that can offer you only loneliness and bitterness? They symbolize all your missed opportunities, but you cannot restore them now. They are what they are. If you linger there, you will begin to see your life as meaningless and sad when it is really a wonderful and magical adventure. And that's what I talk about, being resentful and holding grudges, and I wasn't trying to offend anyone. Feel the light of your heart and hear the sound of your soul. Continue on your path to discover endless possibilities, new adventures, new encounters, and even a new love. If you live tenaciously in the light portal of the present, your eyes firmly fixed on the future, you will be on the path of your soul. Leave the past behind and find your way back to the present. It is now important to forgive yourself and continue your journey, your gaze fixed firmly ahead. I'm sorry if I held that off camera. I just get so passionate. My parents used to tell me I was too much. You're too much, Kelly. All right, what do I want to get you? Do we want to go starseed or rose? Starseed or rose? I want to go starseed. Oh, Spirit, what does my beautiful pile 1 need to hear? What does pile 1 need to hear? What does pile 1 need to hear, please, Spirit? We have portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. I wasn't going to take bottom of the deck, but I can't ignore that considering this is a portal reading. Thank you, Spirit. We have wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven. It's interesting because Spirit's telling me this is your card. That's why I looked at it. I used to hear readers say that and I didn't understand who they were talking to. I was like, who's talking to you? Now I get it. Doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. Oh my gosh, right away it says your thoughts are extra powerful for you right now. And that's what these cards were saying, because you had these 2 cards with the Magician card saying that right now you can manifest anything you want if you put your mind to it. Doors are opening for you. Your thoughts are extra powerful for you right now. Planets are aligning. The timing is right. The universe is saying yes, you have a Midas touch. Your hard work will be rewarded. This is a time when you can reap the rewards for efforts made in the past. It's also a time when you can achieve a lot. Great leaps can be made. Extreme transformation can occur. Great distances can be traveled in a short space of time. And that's what we were saying with these two cards. We said those are the two fastest moving cards in the deck, and that whatever you put your mind to it, progression will be quick. You'll see results. Oh my gosh. I feel like if you want to lose weight, now's the time to do it. If you want to buy a lottery ticket, do it now. If you want to just do it. What experience would you like to have? What do you want to create? What new adventure would you like to manifest? Don't lose focus. Use this moment in time wisely. Be conscious and clear with your emotions and thinking. Projects that you've been working on are coming into fruition. 7 of Pentacles. Things are in full bloom. It's time to take your harvest and taste your well-earned fruits. When this card comes up in a spread, it's a sure sign that effortless change is possible. If you've been looking for a sign, this is your portal into that new reality. Now is the time to make big changes. Oh my gosh, do you guys hear the excitement in my voice at the synchronicities here? Now is the time to make big changes. If you've been guided to switch things up, you're extremely well supported right now. I'm so excited. Use this energy and jump right on in. Oh my gosh, didn't I say that? Didn't I say to jump in and get your feet wet? Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out a little. That's amazing. And now, do you guys see why Spirit, when I looked at this card first, I didn't even pick up the one that fell. Spirit was like, look at the bottom. And then when I picked this one up, it says, wait, it's not time yet. So Spirit was right away. No, that's not their card. Amazing. Amazing. All right. Do we need anything else? Let's get one of these. What do you need to hear about this portal? Thriving. This is the same type of energy. That anything you put your mind to right now will thrive. Anything you do, any healing work you do is going to be successful. If you spend time looking at your shadows, you'll be successful. If you do have addictions, now is the time to give those up. Anyway, my heart goes out to you if you have addictions. I am a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober a very long time, but it's still hard. I still have daydreams of drinking, you know? Oh my gosh, what am I looking up? Thriving. I started trying to look up portal in this book. In the African savanna lives the tree of life, the baobab. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say it. Here, I'm going to show you guys. And then somebody can tell me, baobab? I don't know. Oh my gosh. This is a prehistoric species that predates humans. It is over 200 million years old. It has adapted, survived, and thrived in a harsh environment where so many other species have gone extinct. This tree can live up to 5,000 years, and it can reach almost 100 feet tall. It is a succulent, which means that in the rainy season, it absorbs and stores water in its enormous trunk. This water helps it produce nutrient-dense fruit in the dry season, when the land is parched and arid. I don't know. These remarkable plants provide shelter, food, and water for both animals and humans. It is one of the only plants in the world that doesn't drop its fruit where it would spoil. It stays on the branch where it dries out. When picked, the fruit has a 3-year shelf life. Interesting. That was your lesson for today, class. If you draw this card, you are a survivor, and not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into the primal, primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. Interesting. So now what I want to do is I want to get you the astro dice, and as you know, I'm still learning about astro dice, so let's see. So we want to know what you should know about this portal, I think. That's what we're looking at. What's in store for you during this portal? That's what we're looking at, okay? So what's in store for you, this portal? What do you need to know about this portal? So we have 3. Interesting. I know I say interesting a lot. We have 3 and Venus, which is like Empress energy. Very interesting energy here. And that sign is, I'm still learning, Pisces. So this is a very spiritual energy. So I do believe, you know, I believe that this is also, there is something here about Hierophant energy, about spirituality, about intuition. So anyway, we have Pisces, dreamy. We were talking about what do you dream of? What is your dream? Dreamy, mystical, intuitive, spiritual, compassionate, sensitive. That is what you're supposed to be embodying with the Queen of Cups. Addictions, oh my goodness. Creativity, romance, music, romantic, self-pitying, fantasies, psychic, introspective. Very interesting. Charitable, artistic, old souls, sickness, self-undoing, self-sacrificing, savior. Very interesting how some of those keywords really tied into the theme of your reading. Again, I apologize for my dogs. They're, the pack leader went to get groomed, so now the 2 younger ones are going out of their mind. Venus, love, attraction, relationships, art, sociability, harmony, pleasure, finances, charms, gifts, luxury, attractiveness, sensuality, comfort, compromising, peace, balance, femininity, grace. Beautiful. And let's go down to the 3rd house. Threes are all about things manifesting into the 3D. So I find it very interesting that you have the energy of 3, because there is a strong energy of whatever you put your energy into right now will manifest quickly. So keep that in mind. And keep in mind that fears become reality. You can manifest fears into reality. So right now, Spirit's saying your thoughts are very potent, especially today. Your thoughts are very potent. So battle those shadow thoughts. Battle the voices of your ego, the inner dialogue that wants to put you down. 3rd house, siblings, peers, short distance travel. One of these cards talked about short distance travel. School or early education, the mind and thinking, communication, social activities, media, and neighbors. So very symbolic with the rest of your reading. I'm going to end this now because my dogs need some comfort. Apparently they need a hug or something. But yes, thank you for joining me. I hope some of that made sense. It felt a little... Anyway, my ego, you know? Anyway, I hope it resonated. And happy 10/10 portal. Remember, you have a powerful mind. You're a powerful manifester. So positive thinking all throughout today, if you can, positive thinking. And I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Magic Crystal Tarot and this piece of black obsidian, this is going to be a reading about this 10/10 portal and how we can be utilizing the energy, what we need to leave behind. Pile 1, I started recording and then I got overwhelmed with so many messages. It was like so many different downloads that I actually had to stop and restart. But yeah, I hope that it resonates. It's a different kind of reading for me to be doing. I won't be surprised if love comes out, because this portal is about balance. It's about endings and new beginnings. It's about looking at the changes we can make to break our own karmic cycles, our own karmic patterns, and move forward. It's also about stepping into our highest timeline, taking the action towards, using this energy to take action towards our highest self, highest timeline. Anyway, we'll get into it. We'll see what Spirit has to say. All right, I'm gonna move my iPad. I've already closed the questions that I had for you. Hang on. I spent some time meditating last night on questions for this reading. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to look at is, what do you need to release? What do you need to release? We have, right away I want to look something up because I saw a card and now I got to look it up. Oh, we have, okay, so when I was shuffling, I did see the Devil card and I heard codependency. And as I'm starting the reading, the Two of Cups is in reverse on the bottom. And that does talk about an imbalanced relationship, codependency, uneven power dynamics. It also talks about bad business partnerships, tension and conflict with colleagues, spending more than you are earning, going over budget. So just keep that in mind. That's not the energy that's coming out for what you need to release, but it is bottom of the deck energy, so it could be symbolic to you. All right, so let's have a look. What do you need to release during this energetic 1010 portal? What do you need to release during this portal? What do you need to release? Ooh. Isn't this interesting? This is very interesting. Justice does talk about, we started out with the Two of Cups on the bottom and about, it was in reverse, and about uneven power dynamics and imbalance in a connection. And I feel like this is saying, you know, this is part of what you need to release here, possibly. I don't want to say this connection yet because we don't have any more cards out, but this does make me think of let me explain. We have the Two of Cups. We had the Two of Cups in reverse. And like I said, maybe some of you won't resonate with that energy. If you hear my dogs barking, you guys, they're a little out of sorts because my oldest dog, the pack leader, has gone to get a haircut. And the two baby ones are like losing their mind because they're alone. And anyway, they're quite barky. They're outside, but I still hear them. Relationship imbalance, codependency, uneven power dynamics. And now we have Justice coming in, which is about balance. And this, I'm getting a lot of different messages here. You could be blaming someone unfairly. I feel like what Spirit is saying is, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to say you have to release this person because we haven't even started. But I feel there is something here about possibly you needing to release expectations about a connection. I do see the Tower on the bottom, and that tells us that possibly the expectations in the past in that connection that became unbalanced were too high, Perhaps this person wasn't balanced or healed enough to give you what you needed. Perhaps, you know, perhaps you did something that caused pain. This does talk about, you know, the Justice card. We often talk about us getting our justice, but it also talks about how if you did something to cause somebody pain, then this card comes as a warning that, you know, whatever that behavior is, this is a release, right? So whatever that behavior is that causes people pain, you need to release that if you resonate with that. For a lot of you, I am feeling like you and your person were just not connecting or not at a place where you could give each other, where there could be equal give and take. And for those of you who, this is about unfair romantic expectations sometimes. So possibly you wanted more than this person could give. And, you know, we have this Tower moment, this Tower card. So I almost feel like Spirit's saying, you know, I don't think this tower, this foundation that you built, if it's a connection that you're resonating with, was ever strong enough to withstand the imbalance. I'm also hearing maybe you're a person who feels the need to be right. And perhaps that's something that you need to release. Perhaps you need to understand that not everyone will see your point of view. And that you can't always be right. You can't always, you know, have justice. Maybe you have a strong sense of justice like me. Maybe your sense of justice, you know, gets in your way sometimes. I can relate to that. Also, I'm hearing for some of you, if you had a court case gone wrong, there's something about releasing that energy. Anyway, we're going to move on and see what else comes out so we can get a better idea of what's happening here. What is currently holding you back from forward movement? The feeling of rejection, the feeling of isolation, this card also talks about, I've just wanted to look up quickly. I know I just dropped what I was doing. This card also talks about taking accountability at work. So perhaps there's something at work that you need to release. But yeah, this Five of Coins, this earth energy, it's actually Taurus energy, and I'm a Taurus, and I live in the energy of this card of feeling like I'm on a boat alone and like the world is out to get me sometimes. The energy that's holding you back, it's a feeling, it's insecurity. Your insecurities are holding you back. Perhaps you had high expectations for work or for a friendship or for a connection because of your insecurities. And I feel like Spirit is saying with this Justice card, you know, your insecurity isn't for other people to fix. You need to fix your insecurities. You need to choose yourself. You need to love yourself at the end of the day. This is talking about in love, loneliness, emotional distance, isolation, depression. So you could be feeling really depressed right now. For a lot of you with that Two of Cups, I do feel like it was about love. And perhaps, you know, this person didn't choose you. Perhaps something happened in the past and you've never been able to get out of this energy of feeling disconnected, of feeling alone. This is a very left out in the cold feeling. I will say that often with the Five of Pentacles, you know, sometimes there is imagery that tells us, you know, we could become unisolated if we wanted to. So it could be that this is, you know, you're kind of keeping yourself distant. You're kind of you're holding yourself back is what I'm hearing. This does talk about if you're, you know, resonating with a work message. This can talk about feeling like you don't belong at work, or like your colleagues don't like you, or you're having a hard time at work. This can also talk about, you know, debt and finances. So perhaps you being in debt is holding you back. Perhaps your spending habits, I'm hearing. Anyway, this is harsh, Spirit. I just spit on the table. And now I'm touching my cards. This is harsh, Spirit. This is heavy energy. This is heavy energy. I feel like it's time for a change for you. A big change. Look, we have the 5 of Wands. So that's showing us change is what's holding you back. Something needs to change. Your career needs to change. Your attitude needs to... Oh my gosh, I sound like my mother. Your attitude needs to change. My mother used to tell me, you can make yourself be happy. Your attitude needs to change. I don't mean it like that. I just mean our thoughts do become reality. So if you're depressed and you're having bad thoughts, it's going to reflect in your world. And no, you can't just make yourself be happy, Mom. That's not how it works. We do have conflict here. So, you know, it could be that you could be feeling rejected and like with your person, because we did have that 2 of Cups, and you could be continuing to argue with them. You could be continuing to block this connection. Anyway, I resonate with that 5 of Coins energy because that's me, guys. Ooh, this is interesting. Conflict between lovers. So there could be conflict between you and your person that's holding you back right now. Perhaps you're fighting with someone because it's imbalanced. Perhaps you're arguing with your person a lot because they're not putting enough effort in, or you're feeling isolated and rejected, and you could be fighting about that right now. This also talks about, you know, there could be another person involved if this is a love connection. And if it's work related, this can talk about someone at work being in your path where you can't grow. Like maybe you have a supervisor who's above you, and unless they quit, you'll never be able to go up in that company. Financial instability. So there is something here about finance possibly holding you back here. Perhaps there's things you want to do and you don't have the money. This is heavy energy. Let's see what energy you can work with. What energy can you utilize during this portal to move forward? The Moon. Interesting. So we have the Moon and we have the Queen of Cups. So Spirit is saying there is embodying the energy of Queen of Cups. First of all, Moon energy. Moon energy is listening to your intuition. So right now, especially today, whatever intuitive thoughts you're having are going to be very powerful. This is also a really important time to look at your shadows. Similar to pile 1, there was a lot about looking at your shadows, and possibly, you know, on I think the 2 of Cups in reverse mentioned addictions. Maybe you have addictions. I did see the Devil card want to come out. Oh, we also have this lady drinking in the tub, so who knows? But anyway, I'm not here to judge. The Queen of Cups is about loving yourself. So give yourself lots of care and comfort right now and listen to that intuition. Look at your shadows, love your shadows, don't fight them, embrace them. Perhaps you need to look at this need to be right, or perhaps you need to look at why you're isolating yourself or why you're feeling so sad. I'm hearing that if you're feeling depressed right now, you know, have a bath, like work with crystals. Having a crystal bath is actually very nice. Just be careful of the crystals you're putting in the water, because some crystals can't go in the water. And other people just put crystals along the edge of the bath and light candles and listen to like meditation music. Going within is huge here, and pampering yourself as well, especially if you're feeling sad and depressed. Give to yourself, choose yourself, bring yourself out of the cold. Don't wait for somebody else to comfort you. Don't wait for someone else to love you and to show you care. Show that to yourself. Divine feminine energy, very beautiful. So yeah, the moon does talk about shadow work. So let's look at the moon here and the energies of the moon. Subconscious mind, illusions, deep fears, and negative energies, the hidden and the unseen. The moon's light can bring you clarity and understanding, and you should allow your intuition to guide you through the darkness of the unknown. So I feel like there's a lot about relying on your inner self and your intuition right now, and following your intuition, which can be scary, you know. It can be scary to have thoughts about where you need to go and what you need to do, and just trust that everything's going to be okay. This also talks about confusion about your job. So if you're confused about your job, you know, this is the time to gain clarity about what you want to be doing in your life and what you want to be doing for work. If you're not happy, there's a lot of heavy energy here. So perhaps you're not happy in your current job situation, and that's reflecting into your world, your life here. I'm just looking up one more thing before I move on. I want to get all the messages. This talks about seeking out compassion and support at work. So if work is really heavy right now, or if you're overwhelmed, or, you know, you need a break, maybe it's time to talk to your place of employment about that, because it does talk about seeking out support and compassion at work. The Queen of Cups can also represent the trusted inner voice you have within you. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice. You have the 3 cards about listening to your intuition, about that's the best energy that you can utilize right now, is your own intuition, is listening to your higher self. How can you create balance in your everyday life? How can you create more balance in your life? Find what makes you happy. Find what makes you happy and go for it. To me, this does represent, you know, knowing what you want and going after it. This card sometimes reminds me of music. Perhaps music is relevant here. 10 of Cups is about happiness, and maybe taking stock of everything you have that makes you happy in your life and the roots that you have put down, and, you know, think about the things that fill your cup. I'm seeing like dolphins, so happiness. I'm seeing doves, starfish. These are very symbolic things. Like dolphins represent happiness and joy. Starfish is a very spiritual energy. I can't tell if those are doves or hummingbirds, because hummingbirds represent hope. I'm not sure if you have a choice between lovers. Maybe you do. There is something about choices here. So maybe you have a choice to make about someone in love, but... So this talks about committing to a relationship. We're asking, how can you create more balance in your life? So this is talking about committing to something. Feeling of belonging at work, fulfilling and supportive job. So finding a job that fulfills you. Finding friendships that fulfill you. Easier said than done, I know. This does talk about commitment, taking the next step in a relationship. It embodies happiness, joy, contentment, and emotional satisfaction in your family, relationships, and home life. It represents harmony and peace. You feel a complete sense of satisfaction. So find things that make you happy, find things that satisfy you, and it will create more balance in your life, especially work-related things. Find what makes, very similar to pile one, find what makes your soul happy, what fills up your cups. And then maybe you have a side business where you do this. The Seven of Cups, let's look at that now. Choosing between lovers. So you could need to make a decision here. This can also be making a choice about your career and sticking to it. Evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of options in your life to make the best choice. You will need to separate what is real and what is not so that you can make better choices. So that's your advice about how you can create balance in your life. Perhaps you do need to choose. Perhaps you need to choose a career path. Perhaps you've been kind of waiting to figure out what you want to be when you grow up. Anyway, very interesting. How can you create balance in love? Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is about an apology. So perhaps your actions hurt someone here, and perhaps you owe somebody an apology when it comes to love. This could be about accepting an apology as well. Again, this question is specifically about love and how to create balance in love. So I'm hearing like, don't be afraid to apologize and don't be afraid to forgive. That's water energy. I haven't really mentioned any of the energies, or the elements, I mean. They're all here though. They're usually all here. Having a fresh perspective on love and relationships. Finding a creative outlet, daydreams. This is about love, but this is about finding your dream career path as well. So very interesting. This Page of Cups is open to new ideas, especially ones that stem from intuitive inspiration. And your advice about creating more balance in your life is listening to your intuition. So again, following your intuition on love, whatever that means for you. It represents the unexpected inspiration that comes to us and the willingness to explore them. It symbolizes persistence, as this is the only way that you can make your dreams come true. So go after what you want, even if it seems impossible, even if you're dealing with a counterpart and it feels like you're crazy. Look, we have strength. So for some of you, you are dealing with a counterpart. And this is saying that, this could be a connection that can't be destroyed. Perhaps, you guys can't let each other go. Very interesting energy. That's Leo. This is about self-sabotage, you guys. So not, to me, this advice is to I need to come back to that, but this is an energy of self-sabotage. So Spirit's saying, like, be clear about what is self-sabotaging behavior, what is wanting to have the last word, are you sabotaging yourself by feeling isolated? Are you isolating yourself? What are you doing here? What are you causing because of past wounds, past hurts? Unhealed, anyway, so many words are flying out of my mouth that I can't I can't focus on them. Again, lots of messages with these readings. They're with the loved ones, and career ones, they're very it's about career, it's about love. These are more open, so I'm having a hard time hearing them all. Strong, caring relationship, confidence. So confidence is important here in balancing your love life. The Strength card is about being in control and disciplined, especially in times of great adversities. It represents inner strength, fortitude, and the ability to remain calm. Your resilience will greatly aid you, and your fearlessness means that you should have no issues speaking your mind. This also talks about big career moves. So if you've been wanting to make some kind of big career move, like I said, maybe you can't go anywhere in your current place of employment and you want to branch out and do your own thing. That's taking big steps. Guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. Okay. I'm hearing forgiveness is key here. There is a lot about forgiveness. Healing your broken heart, healing some kind of wound. To me, the Three of Cups is about coming together, especially in love. It can be about coming together. I want to look these cards up. It could be that you need to... There's definitely some kind of heartache that you need to get over here. And I'm not saying like you need to just get over it. Perhaps you're really isolated right now and Spirit's saying, you know, go out, spend time with your friends, share these burdens with your friends. That's some heavy energy there, those threes. So let's start with the Three of Cups. Working together as a team, good relationships with colleagues, business partnership. It's about social life and celebration. The Three of Cups is about spending quality time with the people you cherish in your life. So figure out who you cherish in your life, who makes you feel loved, who reciprocates that love, who makes you feel isolated, who makes you feel rejected. It's important to spend time with people who bring us up and raise our vibration rather than people who take us for granted and hurt us. Rejection, betrayal, hurt, and heartbreak is inflicted by the mind. The suffering you encounter serves you to find a deeper meaning in this world. So this does talk about, you know, it's almost like turning this energy around, going from feeling isolated, going from feeling rejected and heartbroken, healing those wounds and moving forward, forgiving mistakes you made in the past, forgiving other people for things they did to hurt you. Five of Swords energy, like if you're holding on to hurts from past people, you're only hurting yourself. There is something here about if you have been disconnected with your counterpart. There is something here about coming back together and healing this broken heart by working together to move forward. We also have the Ten of Coins on the bottom, which to me represents that there's still, you know, a potential outcome of success here with this person. For others of you who don't resonate with a person, I believe Spirit's saying that, you know, you need to try and heal this broken heart, that this broken heart is holding you back. And this day is all about moving towards the future, taking steps towards the future. So, you know, working together well with others, spending time with your friends, bringing this happier energy into your life, filling your cups up. Ten of Coins is about, it's about stability, financial abundance. So perhaps you need to work on your home. Perhaps, you know, spending time with your family is another one that I'm hearing. We have the Magician on the bottom. This is very potent energy to manifest with right now. Ten of Pentacles, financially stable couple, relationship milestones, family approval, creating a lasting career, developing stable financial future. The Ten of Pentacles is all about legacy, rooted in financial success, stability, family, affluence, and empire. Your legacy is sure to stand for quite a long time to come. It also implores you to make decisions that will not only have positive results in the present, but also in the long term. So that's kind of what I was looking for, Spirit. You need to make decisions based on how they will affect you in the long term, not in the short term. So perhaps having the last word in the short term is great, but in the long term, it doesn't get you anywhere. Perhaps in the short term, it feels good to hide away and eat a ton of chocolate, speaking from experience, and isolate. But in the long term, it's not doing you any favors. I believe Spirit's saying that now is the time for you to start working towards your goals, whatever they are, whether it's healing, whether it's union, whether it's a new career. Now is the time to step out of that darkness, step out of the isolation. It's time to heal that heart. That's what I'm hearing. I kind of want to see if anything else wants to come out for you. Any other advice for pile 2? We have the Devil again here. So there is a lot about shadow work here. You know, about taking accountability for the things in your life that you've contributed to. Like perhaps you've contributed to your isolation a little. Perhaps you've contributed to, I don't know what. But this is about shadow work. I also feel like you need to release, you know, any codependencies you have, any addictions you might have. I'm not here to judge on the addiction part. And to be honest, people can't stop using substances until they're ready. And you can't, believe me, I've tried to force people to, not force them, but I've tried to encourage them to become sober. But until they're ready, they're not ready. Interesting. The Devil invokes feelings of entrapment, emptiness, and lack of fulfillment. So I feel like Spirit's saying, like, you need to find what makes your heart happy. You need to find what makes your soul happy. You need to get out of this empty energy and know that you're not alone. I know that's easier said than done. You know, addictions to substances or material pleasures can also be your reason for your feelings of powerlessness and entrapment. So, you know, if you are using substances, that can, even when you're not, like, for example, if you drink every day, or if you have controlled drinking where you only drink on certain days, on the days where you're not drinking, you're mentally going to be still controlled by that addiction. It's going to affect your mental health. It's going to affect your mood. Anyway, one last card. Two last cards. We have the Hermit. There's a lot about going within for you guys. Soul searching. Seeing how you're self-sabotaging your own life, I'm hearing. Spirit, this is a heavy one. We have the Fool here. So what are you not working towards? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid to take a leap towards? We definitely have, you know, you needing to go within here and reflect about your part in things in the past, your part in your own unhappiness. You know, I don't know why I'm telling you this. It must be for a reason. But I grew up, you know, watching my parents very unhappy. I've continued in my adult years, you know, to watch them work at jobs that bring them no happiness, and they struggle. They sleep, eat, and work, and that's it. And it brings down their energy, and they feel underappreciated, but they don't. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Like, it's all of your, this is so awkward. all of your decisions and the things you do affect your everyday life. So for example, like staying in a dead-end job that doesn't bring you happiness. You're not going to achieve happiness or financial fulfillment because you're not happy. Oh my gosh, I'm going on a rant here and I can hear myself. But anyway, Spirit is saying there's reflection needed here, and that reflect what you need to leave behind in order for this new beginning, because you do have a new beginning here. What are you doing to sabotage it with that Five of Swords? The Five of Swords represents conflict, hostility, and tension. Despite the fact that you think you've won, you might still lose in the big picture because you have annoyed or hurt those that you have argued with, which is what that was about. This card right here was all about that. As a result, you are on the road to isolating yourself. What is more important to you, mutual progress or winning? And this also talks about wanting to be right. So you need to realize, like, what do you need to let go of where you're not right? Let's go Hermit. This is a deep one. I feel like crying right now, actually. My eyes are welling up. Why can't I find the Hermit? Why? It's hiding from me, that Hermit. I'm serious. I'm going to have a conniption. Hermit. The Hermit is a seeker for knowledge that comes from within. He is on an inward spiritual journey, seeking truth and understanding. He walks through the dark night of his unconscious, guided only by the low light of the northern star, with his destination being his home, his self. Pause to introspect, understanding yourself in love, contemplating next steps in career, searching for life purpose. Less focus on material things. Very similar to pile one, you guys. Very similar. All right, I'm going to get you some of these cards, which are messages from your higher self. So what message do you need to hear about this 1010 portal? I want to get you another one. It's interesting because we have rise above the dark days of life. And I feel for some of you, you have been living in some pretty dark days with all this heavy energy. It is pretty dark energy, you know. We have the time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are. And rise above the dark days of life. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. So let's read these. That's 13. So death and rebirth, the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. 13. So your power animal for the next 21 days, we have Panther, and your number will be 4. So those can be signs and synchronicities. You have had your share of good times and bad times. Good times and bad times. Very symbolic to me there. I'm just going to leave them all a mess. Night falls cool and gray, but day will dawn, bringing the sun and light, warm, soft, and healing on your skin. Do not struggle when there is nothing to struggle against. You are neither night nor day. Instead, you rise serenely above both. You are neither darkness nor light. You simply absorb them and transform them into something new. There is nothing that the outside world can give you. The only things that matter are the light in your heart and the voice in your soul. Meditate in silence and without distraction from thoughts of anger, rage, or sadness. Rise above those feelings. Look at how symbolic this is. Rise above those feelings. Where was I? You are not your rage nor your anger, nor are you the sadness that tries to make you feel bad about yourself. You are always the person you decide to be, the person you want to be. This is always within your power. The warrior within you is a servant of light and brings you centeredness and meditation. Your inner warrior light is the source of wisdom and stillness, bringing every weapon to bear to shatter the shadow of depression when its icy hands reach out for you. This is so symbolic of your reading. Connect powerfully with the resonance of your inner warrior. Do not reject it. This part of you is blessed with knowledge and is far more familiar with peace than any other, precisely because it is this aspect of your personality that protects peace within you. Warriors wisely calm, oh my gosh. Warriors calmly rise above all potential threats because they know fear. They know it so intimately that it no longer holds any fear for them. Amazing. Amazing. Look at all these cards look, I've made a mess. I'm sorry. 39. Your power animal is a jay or a blue jay, and your number is 3. Forgive yourself. Begin to love yourself just as you are. Bridget Jones, just as you are. You have done something wrong. You have made a wrong decision and allowed your baser emotions to lead you astray. That is so symbolic of the Justice card. Oh my gosh. But now you have the inner greatness, the self-awareness and ability to be true to yourself, to recognize this. But have you also asked for forgiveness? And we also had forgiveness coming up as how to restore balance in your romantic life. Just saying. Whatever is weighing you down in your past or present, whatever makes you feel small or bad, whatever you are remorseful about, now is the time to transform it. Mistakes are made so that we can mature, so that we can learn from them and grow. The time has come now to forgive yourself. You have drawn this card because you have been feeling remorse or even shame, perhaps only recently or for some time. It is okay. You have recognized it and you are sorry, so forgive yourself so that you can return to your soul path and continue on it cheerfully with a light heart. Begin to love yourself just as you are with all of your weaknesses and strengths. The more you accept yourself and acknowledge every side to your nature, shadows and all, my friend, shadows and all, the more complete and fulfilled you will be. Get rid of all your emotional baggage, show yourself kindness and mercy, and start to love yourself completely from now on. This love will then lead you to a new dimension. Conduct a small forgiveness ritual. The time has come to release all feelings of guilt and shame. The darkness never stops spinning its web in an attempt to catch and paralyze us, spreading its base vibrations and weaving them around us and ensnaring us. Recognize this and free yourself from this web. Humility and repentance are good, but do not become trapped in them. All right, let's get you, I'm going to get you a rose card. For you, I want the rose card. What message do you need to hear from Spirit or from your higher self about this portal? What do you need to hear about this portal? All right. We have the sacred waters, nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, self-care, which is what your advice was that Queen of Cups, caring for yourself, hermit energy, healing, self-reflection. We have released the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. That is powerful energy for the 1010 portal, you guys. I intuitively picked that deck for you guys. I didn't choose that for pile 1, so. Release the petals. This one is in, I think it's in alphabetical. Yeah, it's in alphabetical, which makes it easy for me. There comes a time where we can't go back. In a seemingly fleeting moment, the road that led us here is suddenly impossible to access. There's a sinking knowing that things will never be the same. A death, a birth, a loss, a growth, an ending, a discovery. No matter how hard you try, things are different now. You're different now. The world is different now. What's been seen can't be unseen. There's no going back. Something new beckons you forth. This is a card of change and transformation. Courage is required for this rebirth to happen. Abscission, I don't know, is the shedding of various parts of an organism, such as a plant dropping a leaf, flower, fruit, or seed. The rose hip knows, the phoenix does too, that we need to surrender what was to the earth, one day to be transformed anew. We can grasp the petals of the past as the changing wind blows, but eventually we'll discover that change is coming, change is near, change is already here. And while what once was is no longer, and what soon will be is not yet, it's time to release your petals to the wind with wild abandon for the chance to begin again, to offer what once was to the wind and let it nourish seeds within. It's time to surrender so the transformation can happen. Had the rose not released its petals, the rose hip would not have come to be. When we gather the courage to release what was, we're greeted by the fruits of the future. Soul inquiry, what are you clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? Like a job. Doesn't have to be a job, it can also be a person. Sacred waters, sacred waters. The sacred waters are the life-giving mother of us all. Her healing waters replenish us and give us life. We're made up, it's funny because we were talking about crystal baths, so maybe you have to have a crystal bath. Baths really actually do help with spiritual cleansing as well. Use bath salts. We're made up of her like the rose. We need water to survive and thrive. We must drop our roots deep to receive the nourishment we so deeply need. That's interesting. Look at that card. We need to drop our roots deep. Very interesting. To appreciate, protect, and honor the very thing that we take for granted. The mother of the sacred water delivers the message to slow down and take care of yourself, particularly your body, to prioritize your well-being and live in a way that's sustainable. She reminds us to replenish and nourish ourselves and take care of our health all the time, not just when we feel unbalanced. You're being called to nourish and replenish yourself before you become brittle and parched. The mother of the sacred waters wants you to know that there's nothing more important in your life than the care of your own sacred vessel of a body, and the earth is an extension of that. She wants you to treat yourself with tender care, to cherish your body and hers, to fill your well up until it spills over, and once it does, to find a way to give back from this place of plenty, to give your body what it's yearning for the most before it turns into an urgent need. All right, and the other one I'm going to do astro dice. I want to see if there's anything Spirit has to say to you out of this deck. Abundance. Everything can blossom into your life. Whoops. Oh, look at that. Open yourself up to receive. Abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity are ready to be activated in your life. Life desires you to prosper. You are moving toward an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. Opportunities are limitless. However, you must take action in the direction of your dreams. Don't wait for abundance to fall in your lap. Take steps, give deeply and fully, don't hold back. This card reveals that it's a time to make great investments. The more you give with a free and open heart, the more you will receive. Be grateful for what you already have, and even more will flow to you. Which is interesting because when we talked about how can you utilize this energy, It said, 10 of Cups, be grateful for what you already have. Be grateful for the cups that are already filled, and more abundance will flow to you. And we have protection, which was hiding there. It was hiding. One of the most potent signs on the sacred landscape is the ancient oak. It carries numerous meanings. You are protected. You can weather anything. Your roots go deep. Oh my gosh. 3 cards about roots going deep. Look at that. That's symbolic. Where was I? Your roots go deep. You are brave. You can survive anything. Stand strong. You carry the energy of a leader, and you have great authority in life. Great wisdom is expanding within you, and others sense this. This card can also mean to protect your assets. Take care to guard and protect your home, your loved ones, and yourself. We did see possibly financial issues, so maybe, you know, watching how you're spending your money right now. All right, so we're going to do the astro dice and see what you're dealing with, or what kind of energies you're dealing with this 1010 portal. We have a 1. So the first house, self. So you're dealing with yourself. Personal life, appearance, independence, individuality, new beginnings, the body, first impressions, attitude, identity, approach to life, and how you view the world. Very symbolic with the rest of your reading. We have Gemini, Lover's energy, adaptability, intelligence, agility, communication, social networks, inconsistency, gossip, cunningness, duality. Where did it go? Mischievousness, curiosity, close friendships, twins, siblings. And for planet, we have the sun. Self, ego, consciousness, stamina, vitality, creation, confidence, pride, identity, individuality, brightness, self-reliance, warmth, celebration, leadership, father, masculine figures, authority, governs the heart. So I hope some of that made sense. Like I said, some of these readings I do when I leave, I'm just like, I hope that made sense to somebody, because there's just so many messages sometimes. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will let me know, and enjoy the 1010 portal. And as always, I am sending you so much love and light. Bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading about the 1010 portal. If you chose the Light Seers Tarot and this piece of fluorite, this is going to be your reading about the 1010 portal and what you're needing to leave behind, what you need, what energy you can work with to utilize it. I hope it resonates. Some of these piles have been all over the place, so we'll see. Right away, we have 8 of Wands on the bottom, so forward movement. So that's good to see. Forward movement and possibly a boring situation. Oh, I have a yawn. Excuse me. I had to start pile 1's reading over again because there were just so, like, I started it and there were so many messages coming out that I just got like really overwhelmed by all the downloads and I had to start it over. But yeah, we'll see what happens for you guys. I hope it resonates. All right, so let me get my book. I took some time last night. I was watching videos about the 1010 portal and like meditating on questions to ask for today. So hopefully it resonates and brings you some answers if I could find them. Again, I wrote them in the middle of my notebook. Why would I write it in order? Because that would be easy. This is much more complicated. Come on. Why? Why do you do this to me? I'm talking to myself. All right, so first of all, ooh, we have Queen of Swords energy. So perhaps you're protecting yourself right now. Perhaps you're in protection mode against someone from your past. Maybe you're protecting yourself because of past wounding here. We'll get into it and find out. So we're going to look at what do you need to release during this 10-10 portal in order to move forward into this new beginning. So what do you need to release? What do you need to release? Some kind of karmic cycle. So for some of you, I'm hearing that you need to release, control over whatever situation this is. Because this can be about things happening in divine timing. So it's possible that, you know, you want to control the outcome so much that it's actually creating a blockage. This is about things happening in divine timing. This can also represent perhaps there's some kind of karmic cycle or a pattern that you have that you need to release. I'm just looking here. I'm trying to look with my left hand. So this also talks about changes within a relationship. So perhaps, you know, you need to release the old. Perhaps you're, you know, this is about new perspective. This is about clarity. So perhaps, you know, I did see the 7 of Swords. So perhaps the way this person treated you in the past, if you're resonating with a person, perhaps you need to let go of this. You need to let go of this memory. And I know it's easier said than done, but how this person used to be, because this does talk about that there is clarity here within this relationship. But perhaps your understanding of how it used to be is actually holding you back. And that can be good and bad. Like we can start rebuilding with someone and miss the way it used to be and hold on to that energy. Well, it used to be like this and it used to be like that. And you're constantly working to get back to what that was, which you can't go back. So yeah, I do believe there's some clarity here as well. This also talks about it's a lot about the past. So if you're resonating with work, perhaps there's a job that you had in the past that you have to let go of in order to step into this new chapter, especially if it's work related. The Wheel of Fortune is continually turning the hands of fate, destiny, and karma. It tells us that life is made up of both good and bad times, and that the cycle is one that we cannot control. So yeah, the need to control is important here. We have 9 of Wands. So I'm referring in my book for a lot of this reading. This card is about persevering with hope and determination, even though you're wary. This also talks about self-improvement. So possibly you still have some self-improvement that you need to work on before you can have a new career or this new connection, however it resonates to you. What is holding you back? Right away. Oh my gosh, the energy is so similar for each pile. What is holding you back? There's conflict. This could be inner conflict. It could be your ego here with the 5 of Wands. This is what energy is holding you back right now from a new beginning. So this is conflict. This is arguments. It's fighting. Perhaps if you have a dream of being something else, these are your thoughts. You have conflicting thoughts about what you should be doing, about who you're supposed to be, about what your mission is. 7 of Cups is also about a lot of options. So if you are, for example, someone who wants to experience new love, but you're holding on to someone from the past. That can block this new person from coming in because energetically you're still connected to the person from the past. You're still hoping for the person from the past. The same thing can be true if you, for example, if this is about a counterpart connection, if you don't know if you actually want it to work, if you're still conflicted, if you still see it as, you know, a connection requiring a lot of hard work, that can also hold you back because you're technically not choosing it. Anyway, it's a whole thing. This also tells us that what's holding you back right now is uncertainty. You're uncertain about something here. You're uncertain about the future. You're uncertain about the future of your job, maybe your mission, maybe your soul path, maybe you're confused about this person. But right now, this lack of clarity is actually blocking this new beginning here. Something new wants to come in here. There is a breakthrough here, but it's being blocked by confusion. Now, 7 of Cups. Choosing between lovers, be cautious or being cautious about romantic decisions. So there is an energy of you being very cautious right now. You know, it's that energy of, for example, holding on to an old job because you know it pays the bill, afraid to take the leap of faith towards a new one because you don't know how it'll end up. You don't know if you'll be able to survive financially off of it. Yeah, it does talk about not being able to choose your path, your career path. You need to separate what is real and what is not so that you can make better choices, is what the advice is for you there. And I already know what the 5 of Wands, I already know what that is, so we don't have to look that up. And look at this, we have the Devil. So like I said, you could be really struggling with internal thoughts right now, your ego talking you out of things. Your ego could be stressing you out right now. It's that internal thinking. I actually had to go to therapy and retrain my brain because my internal thoughts were so conflicted, and I had the voices of like teachers and my parents in my head constantly pushing me down the wrong path. This can also talk about codependency. So perhaps you are codependent on, or you're depending on a certain outcome, and that's also causing a blockage here. This can also talk about addiction and shadow work. I'm not going to lie, shadow work came out in every pile. So shadow work is needed for, you know, the entire collective. We never stop doing healing. But yeah, could be addictions here. All right, let's see. How can, or what energy can you utilize right now during this powerful portal? What energy can you utilize? What energy can you utilize? Very similar to the other piles. This is about looking at your path and making choices. It's about choosing a direction, choosing a career path, choosing a person, choosing, like I talked about, if you are confused, I often get people who have someone in their past that they can't energetically let go, and then they wonder where the new person is. And I'll tell them, until you choose to let that other person go and choose new, it's hard for spirit to give you new while you're still holding on to the past person. And the same is said for the past person. If you're holding on to grudges, it's incredibly hard for this person to come towards you because spirit knows you're not open to it. Anyway, this is saying to, you know, this is about direction, choosing a direction. So you need to choose a direction is your advice here. That's the energy you can utilize. This can talk about travel. So maybe traveling would be helpful right now. This is also about breaking your own patterns and your own cycles in order to move forward. This world can represent a pattern that you need to fix in order to move forward. And once you get there, you have 3 of Wands, which is forward movement, progression, planning for the future. It's, again, progression. So right now, There's a lot to do about choice, because what's holding you back? Not being able to make a decision. What energy do you need to utilize? Making a decision, choosing a wand. So lots about choice here. Planning your career, taking the first steps towards your dream, towards your soul path. So you could be, you know, planting seeds right now towards another career. You don't have to quit your job and jump into a new one. What I did was I just slowly started planting seeds in my tarot light worker area while I continued to do photography. And then I started doing them both. And quite quickly I saw my happiness, everything rise from being a light worker, and my energy was just not there with the photographer. So I knew what path to take. Setting romantic goals, making plans in love, planning a future together. So if you are, you know, holding on to a past version of this person, and they want to move forward with you, Spirit's saying, like, now is the time to make plans with this person, to move forward, to set romantic goals with each other. A lot about laying foundations. All right, so Spirit, how can pile 3 create balance in their life? This is about, it's interesting that you got 2 of Pentacles for balance. There is a lot about balance in your reading. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is about balancing, learning how to balance love and work and family. So perhaps you have a family, perhaps you have a busy job, and then you have a lover or a partner. It's learning how to balance all those things. It's not prioritizing one over the other. There are days where I put all my energy into tarot and I don't leave any energy for my photography, and then my life feels very chaotic. So it is a balancing act. Spirit's saying there's a lot about balance. You know, figuring out what to prioritize first, what comes first here, what's important. We have the 7 of Pentacles, which, you know, this is about planting seeds and not, you know, you won't be able to see the return right away. You won't be able to see the investment right away, but there is growth here. It's slow progress. So again, if you're thinking about switching careers, maybe start planting the seeds now. Before I move on, I'm going to look at the book just in case there's any extra meanings. We do have the Magician. So it's saying, similar to pile 1 right now, the energy is very potent for manifestation. So if you are constantly conflicted in your head, not able to choose a direction, that's going to reflect in your 3D. And there's a lot here about this is a powerful time for you to make your dreams your reality and to choose a path, to choose a person, to choose a path, to choose a career, to choose to stay, to choose to go, however it resonates with you. 2 of Pentacles first. So 2 of Pentacles. There's a possibility that you're trying hard to keep 2 aspects in your life in a delicate balance. There could also be 2 major factors you're deeply concerned about. While you may initially think it's best, multitasking may just worsen the situation. That's similar to what I was talking about how I was trying to multitask tarot and photography, and when it became unbalanced, I felt like I was drowning. Balancing love, work, and family, adapting to changes in love. So there's more about adapting to changes that this person has made if you're resonating with connection. And let's look 7 of Pentacles. Lots of earth energy, lots of grounding energy. The 7 of Pentacles relates to long-term investments and effort. It is also related to fear of failure. You do not know whether you're going to reap fruit from your hard work. It could also signify frustration when there is a delay. So, again, Spirit's saying to plant these seeds. There is something about fear of failure here, so don't be afraid that you're going to fail by... That's the hardest thing, right? Especially when you're choosing to work about careers or even people, is you wonder about the what ifs. Like, what if it doesn't work out? What if, what if, what if, what if, what if? And you can drive yourself crazy with the what ifs. This is also talking about investing into love or a connection, time and dedication in nurturing it. So perhaps you didn't balance love and work in the past, or perhaps this person, somebody may have prioritized work over this connection, and Spirit is saying right now to restore balance, even in just your life, is to spend time nurturing this, whatever this is to you, whether it's a twin flame connection, whether it's a dream job, whether it's your soul path. Spirit's saying it's worth looking into right now. It's worth the energy right now. It's worth the balance. Because you're a master manifester. How can you create balance in love? How can you create balance in love? You almost came out, but you didn't. So the Ten of Wands wanted to come out. The Ten of Wands wanted to come out. And I know right away, balance in love, Ten of Wands, that is about sharing your burdens with your partner. So it didn't come out, but I want to mention it because it wanted to come out. That is about, you know, sharing the burdens with your partner. Don't hold it all in. Don't try and balance it all yourself or solve it all yourself or worry about it. Like if you're worrying about where it's going, share those burdens with your partner. There's also strength here. So relying on your own inner strength. It's interesting. I'm hearing you need to love yourself before somebody else can love you fully. What I wanted to talk about, how you can balance your life. We did have, where is it? We have the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Cups is about, it's essentially, in the book, it says like crying over spilled milk, thinking about the past. And I feel like Spirit's saying, you are stronger than this energy. You are stronger than past regrets. You are stronger than past heartbreaks and hurts. You are stronger than this Five of Swords energy where, you know, you overthink and you know, possibly you're behaving in ways based on the way you were raised or based on how you were programmed to think about things. Fives are about change. So I do feel like Spirit's saying to create balance in your love life, you really do have to balance your own inner strength and your ego. Oh my gosh, ego and pride, right? You could have a lot of ego and pride with that strength energy. I'm guilty of this energy. I am. Of sabotaging something because I've been hurt in the past. Even with the same person, like holding on to a grudge, not trusting them because they hurt you in the past. We do have Nine of Cups on the bottom. So whatever your wish fulfillment is, very important here. Whatever that wish fulfillment is. What's interesting is for some of you, I just heard trust in this new beginning with this person. Because for some of you, it is about twin flame, I'm hearing. Someone who, you know, brings you your wish fulfillment. I'm also hearing for some of you, if you are resonating with love, perhaps you're wondering where your love is, whether you're waiting for a new person or whether you are in like a counterpart connection that's gone stagnant and like it's no communication. I feel like possibly something that could be holding you back is denying what your soul wants to be doing in work. And I had a comment the other day from someone, maybe you're in this pile, and you spoke about how what's really funny, you're feeling the urge to be a light worker. And what's really funny is that your grandmother was one. And I don't find that, I mean, it's not funny. It's amazing. It's magical. It's absolutely magical. And I do feel like Spirit's saying, For some of you, there could be a blockage where you're not going after your wish fulfillment in career, and that's also creating a blockage in your love, because this question was about love. I have used the example, I'll use it again, of relying on tarot to get you through the dark times, and then when your person comes back, you're like, oh, bye-bye tarot, I don't need you anymore. So perhaps some of you like completely give up what's making you happy when this person comes back in. I do feel like for a lot of you, there is a job here that's your wish fulfillment that you're supposed to be working towards. And that could be part of the blockage in your love life, if you resonate with the blockage in your love life. Because yeah, we have the Lovers here. Guidance to lead you to your highest possible self. What guidance does pile 3 need to guide them to their highest possible self? That was too many. Just one more, please. What guidance do you need? This is interesting energy because right away I hear don't let go. Don't let go of, if there's like, for example, an energy of someone in your life that you have very deep feelings for, I don't think that letting them go right now, I don't think letting them go is what's needed here. I also have, I'm hearing a message to watch your finances with this 4 of Pentacles, that you could be on the road to your highest self right now. And Spirit's saying like, save that money, because there is going to come a time, if you are working towards a new career goal or a new career path, there's going to be that time where you have to take the leap from one to the other. And you know, you're going to need money for that. You're going to need financial stability in order to do that. Because if you're not financially stable, how can you switch jobs? How can you go after another dream? King of Cups. This does talk about being in control of your emotions. So not letting yourself become like over emotional, or I'll read the book to you, but also I'm hearing don't be closed off to your feelings. Embrace your feelings. I'm saying don't be over emotional, but embrace your feelings. So hypocritical or counterproductive or something. I don't know. King of Cups. It's about generosity, control, and emotional balance. He represents creativity, emotion, and the unconscious. This card shows the ability to restrain one's emotions and be fully in charge of your feelings and impulses. The King of Cups represents a balance between the intellect and emotions. He indicates that there is a strong relationship between understanding and feeling. So this says, guidance to lead you to your highest possible self, using your head and heart in love, not just your head and your fear, and not just going in blindly because you love the person. It's got to be a delicate balance. You know, people are saying that I'm defending narcissists. No. Anyway, I'm not even going to go into that here. It also says for career, balancing emotional, practical, and logical needs. So that's what I was talking about with the finances. Like, you won't be able to, it's going to be a balancing act to find your wish fulfillment, to find your soul purpose, then to transition from your job to working on your soul purpose or what makes your soul happy, balancing that, then transitioning to that for work if that's what you choose to do. There is going to be a balance that needs to happen. So yeah, something about saving your pentacles there. Now, for a few of you, I was hearing, just for a few of you, I am wondering, for some of you, there may be someone in your past. Again, if you are a counterpart who wants union and you are working towards union and you believe and you see signs and synchronicities and your heart is in it, this message is not for you. But for some of you, you could be holding on to someone in your past. For some of you, you could be in a karmic connection where you're married and you're afraid to leave. And I just want to bring that up because for some of you that might resonate. And Spirit is saying, like, as long as you are in that connection where you're not happy and unwilling to let it go because you're afraid, like, who will catch me, you're going to be unhappy. So for some of you, you know, you could resonate with letting a karmic go. Again, I'm not here to tell you to let a twin flame go. I'm talking about possibly like a karmic partner that you've been married to for many years and you know you're not happy deep down. You know that your heart's not happy. Anyway, that's just for some of you. So yeah, this card does talk about holding on to the past. So try not to hold on to the past, even if it's the past with this person that you want union with. Try not to hold on to the past. Try not to hold on to a job that doesn't fulfill you. Try not to hold on to... This is interesting. It talks about imposter syndrome. So possibly you have imposter syndrome when it comes to your job or even what your soul purpose is. And Spirit's saying, like, stop gaslighting yourself about it. Stop it. Stop gaslighting yourself. You're magical. You are the magician and you can manifest anything that your heart desires. You know? Ooh, interesting energy. Any last advice? Any last advice for pile 3? Believe in this new beginning, whatever this new beginning is. Take a leap of faith towards whatever was resonating in this reading. Spirit's saying, take a leap of faith. Start planning the roots. Start this new chapter. It starts right now, today. Whatever this is that you're holding on to. Out of here. It starts today. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. That's what I'm hearing. Oh my gosh, look, Tower. Rebuilding a foundation, possibly a new career. Anyway, plant those seeds. This is about a new chapter. And it doesn't just have to be in love. It can be work related as well. Spirit's saying jump. You're protected. It's interesting because I said maybe you're afraid you'll jump and no one will be there to catch you. Spirit, the universe is saying they're there to catch you. They're here for you. They've got your back. I'm hearing we've got your back. Now, let's start with messages from your higher self. What message do you need to hear? It's interesting because we were talking about feeling alone and nobody catching you. And this card came out. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. Can we get one more? Release your creative energies. Make use of them in your life. Yes. Yes. You have creativeness within you. And perhaps whatever it is that you want to be doing, you're, again, gaslighting yourself out of it, saying that you're not enough, saying that you don't have enough, but you do. You do. I believe in you. I'll be your cheerleader. 38. Panther, your power animal for the next 21 days. Panther, healing crystal, tiger's eye. I just put my tiger's eye away. And we have your master number is 11. The path of your soul is a path full of light, but here in this world, the danger of being led astray by darkness lures everywhere. You have drawn this card as protection. Place it somewhere visible over the course of the next few days. You know what I'm going to do for you guys? Screenshot that and make it your desktop picture, your wallpaper on your phone or something. I'm telling you, a tarot reader told me, here, I'll do it this way so you don't get my fingers and you can crop me out. A tarot reader told me that the energies that you want to work with and embody, you should have those cards around. So I often put them on the lock screen on my phone. That way it's constantly being, what's the word I'm looking for? Repetition, but not. Anyway. It represents a warning. Beware of the actions you take, stay centered, and ideally do not go out, avoiding conversations where they are not necessary. Try to postpone as much as possible until next week. Do not let anger or other low energies influence your decisions. You would regret it bitterly and perhaps even lose something of great value. Do not make any decisions this week. Be brave, clever, and smart. Trust your feelings more than your intellect. Put your trust in the angel at your side. Be sensitive to the balance of emotions in your heart. Acknowledge your lies and let them go. It's interesting because your advice was about balancing emotions. So perhaps you're feeling highly charged right now, highly emotional, and Spirit's saying, don't make any decisions in the heat of the moment. Oh my goodness, my throat. And we have 7, which is Chariot energy. Movement forward. Your power animal, a hawk, cat's eye. So you have cat's eye and tiger eye. And the number 7. There's a magical flow of creativity in all of us. It is unique and feels different for each individual. How these energies express themselves varies from person to person and from situation to situation. As children, we simply surrender ourselves to these creative energies and feel the joy they bring us. But they also bring us inner peace, balance, and concentration, helping us to forget about time and be in the moment. That's when you are in the moment and you forget about time, you know your soul's happy. And that's the guidance I give to people when they say, how do I know what makes my soul happy? When do you stop looking at your watch? Remember your childhood and the games you used to play? You were so in touch with the imaginative side of your character. Do not use your creative powers in the hope of achieving recognition and fame, since they will simply flow away from you and into others instead. It's really interesting. My reader told me that people who put themselves out there, you know, doing tarot readings for like giving messages that they think people want to hear. Or if, you know, you're doing something just to get likes and views and traction, that you won't actually attract the right energies. And I often have like people in my personal life tell me, you should do shorts and get more traffic to your page, and you should do this and you should do that. And I tell them it's not about that for me. It's just about giving from my soul. It's not about anything else. And I think that's why, you know, I reach so many of you, is because it's soul work, you know? Anyway, my kids are so loud. The reason you have drawn this card is, hang on. They're in the same room and they're yelling at each other, you know? The reason you have drawn this card is to help you release your creativity and use these energies for yourself. Repressing them will only lead to their gathering and manifesting as blockages in your energy system, making you feel at odds with the world and discontent. Creative energies need to flow, so give them room to do so and make the most of them. Dance, paint, sing. Do not waste this gift. It will inspire you and raise you to levels of which others only dare to dream. Devote yourself entirely to your creativity. In such moments, you can be very close to the divine source and feel eternal love within you. Whatever kind of work you do, find some time to be creative now. This is of great importance for your soul path and will bring you healing and peace. All right. For pile number 1, I got the Starseed Oracle, and for pile number 2, I got the Rose Oracle. I want to get the Starseed one for you. Can I have one Starseed card for pile 3? Woo! Ah! I want to take this one, I think, the one that first came out. And I want to get one from the other deck as well. Both piles got 2. You get 2, 1 from each deck. Because that's what Spirit told me to do. So first we have open. Say yes. How can you say yes to life? This is probably one of the biggest challenges of life, keeping your heart open through the extremes. No one is immune to the highs and lows of the human experience. From the ecstasy to the agony, the joy to the grief, the love to the loss, we can't bypass the difficult parts of being human if we want to truly experience the bliss. And if you close your heart off to the grief, you won't be able to fully experience the joy. The rose teaches us this. Season after season, she knows that if she doesn't surrender to each season's, come summer, she won't be able to bloom. Birth teaches us this too. The safer the mother feels, the more she can open. Living and dying with your heart truly open is truly a courageous act, as a life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as well as great love, triumphs, and adventures. When we're going through difficult times, when we want blah, blah, blah. When we're going through difficult times, when we most want to separate, the healing is often found in connection, not separation. Oh my gosh. I don't know if anybody pushes connections away, but oh my gosh, that is hitting hard with me. Because when I'm going through a difficult time, I isolate myself and I push everybody away. So when we close our heart and shut down because the pain is too much, we often find ourselves more separate than before. The rose shows us to open to the world no matter what the day brings. This card is here to encourage you to say yes to life, to expand through the extremes, and to put your 2 feet wholly and completely in. 2 feet, like taking a leap. And we have water your garden. This, the creator of this deck has another deck that I'd like to get. That's all about water. Water. What is your body yearning for? Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. Take a moment to restock and replenish, and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. It can feel like time is running out, and if there's urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or afternoon off? Look at your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on your reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend forward. No, life will bend toward you when you do. All right, and Spirit, out of this book, what does pile 3 need to hear? What does pile 3 need to hear? Action. We also have transformation on the bottom. Action. Have you ever been outdoors just before a storm? You feel energized and alive and maybe a little high, as if your body is being fed energy and vitality from the storm. The energy in the atmosphere is building and your body can feel it. Storms are necessary to replenish and refresh the land. They can feel disruptive and dangerous and can cause damage. But without storms, the planet wouldn't be renewed and replenished. When you understand the deeper energy of storms and can embrace that energy within your body and your life, then you are always poised to take action when it is called for. A shift is coming. The time is now. Don't hesitate. Face your fear. Do it anyway. When big change is on the horizon, it's time to take action. Of course, there are times to deliberate and carefully consider your next step, but not now. Now is the time to take immediate action. Look forward with a calm, steely gaze, and then forge ahead with clarity, determination, power, and grace. Quicken your spirit by making decisions now. Even if you are not 100% certain of your decision, right now it's better to make any choice than none at all. All right, so to end it, I was going to do astro dice. So let's have a look at what energies you're working at with or towards with this 1010 portal. We have Gemini again. So it could be that you're working towards union with, that's lover's energy. We have Uranus, which looks like the Star Trek Enterprise. If you ask me, look. The next generation. No. Anyway. Unpredictability, rebellion, reformation, innovation, change, openness, sudden progression, technology, society, astrology, originality, ingenuity, freedom, friendships, adoption, humanity. Interesting. And we have nines, and nines are all about, nines can be about, evolution of self. So finding your life path, working on your own stability. We have long distance journeys, travel, religion, philosophy, higher education, lawyers, dreams, divination, wisdom, the arts, media, publishing, ethics, learning, cultures. So, if you want to work in divination, maybe now is the time to look into educating yourself on those things. And we have Gemini, adaptability, intelligence, agility. Where did it go? Communication, social networks, inconsistency, gossip, cunningness, superficiality, duality, mischievousness, curiosity, close friendships, twins, and siblings. So pile 3, I hope some of that resonated. Like I said, with some of these readings, like with love readings, it's so straightforward. And then with these readings, it's a lot of downloads that I'm getting. So anyway, I hope I made some kind of sense, and I'll be back in a few days with another one. And until then, I am sending you guys so much love and light, and happy 1010 portal, baby. Bye.